Welcome to the Man Space Podcast. Now, this is Russ, and this is definitely not our normal show. We had an entire show scheduled for today, but I'm going to put that show on hold because I was led in a different direction. And as we normally do every week, we like to leave you with just a little bit of inspiration. So today, I want to talk to you about the word faith. See, a few days ago, a friend of mine had a tragic event happen in his life where his wife, just days after bringing home their newborn child, had to be hospitalized with a life-threatening situation. While trying to get his things together and get his wife to the emergency room, he called if we could come and get the baby. So without question, Mrs. Russ and I stopped what we were doing and we took off and went and got the baby, and the baby had been with us while he's at the hospital taking care of his wife. A couple days go by and his wife is in intensive care. He's there in the hospital sticking by her side while we're here making sure that their daughter is taken care of. I got a chance to talk to my friend and he said, I know she's going to be okay. There are too many prayers that are being sent up for her not to be okay. Later that night, he came by my house to spend some time with his daughter. As we sat and we talked, I just could not understand how he could not be shaken by all of what was going on. I mean, I know if I was in his shoes, and that's a phrase that all of us use too often, if I was in their shoes, what I would do. I know for me that I would be a wreck if I was in his shoes at that time. And he was just as calm. You could tell he was tired. He hadn't slept and things were starting to weigh on him, but his faith was still strong. And so I asked him about it and he said, it's not for me to question God's will. Whatever's in God's plans, it will unfold. All I have to do is to adjust to it. See, my wife is still here. This week, I could have been planning a funeral for her, but instead I'm preparing to bring my wife home. And that just kind of got me because when things turn dark and glim, we all tend to go into our shells and do different things and turn to substances and just to try to get us through. And we're angry with God and just like, how could this happen? But I was just mesmerized in the amount of faith that he continued to show during the situation. I sat back and I was like, man, at that point, it all just kind of hit me. So it led me to this. What is faith? Faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. From a biblical sense, it's a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of religion. In the face of emergency, we often use the phrase, have faith, it will all work out, to try to comfort people that are in need. When it really comes down to it, faith is a substance or assurance of things that we hope for but have not yet received. See, faith is our evidence of things that cannot be seen. Faith comes before prayers are answered, and it comes before individuals have received what is being requested from God. If we already have what we've asked for, then faith is not needed. You already have all the things that you want. So when you have faith, it's the things that you're wanting, you're hoping for, and you just haven't achieved it yet. In this situation, he had faith that his wife was going to be healed. And he's always trying to keep that faith in things and see the silver lining and that things were going to get better. And he sat there and he told me, I've been through so much in my life. This was just another obstacle. And everything that I've come through at that point, I've made it through. I'm still here. I'm still standing. Keeping his faith is what kept him going. In the Bible, Hebrews 11:1 tells us, now faith is the substantiation of things hoped for, the conviction of things not yet seen. Things are going to happen in your life that are going to test you, and not everything is going to go the way you want it. Your faith is actually what brings you through these situations. Just like my friend, him keeping his faith is what's getting him through that situation. I don't know who is going to hear this or who needs to hear this, but I hope that this message helps someone as it did help me to share it. As I close this out, I want to leave you with this quote from John Katz. If I've learned anything about friendship, it's to hang in, stay connected, fight for them and let them fight for you. Don't be distracted. Don't be too busy or tired. Don't take them for granted, because friends are the glue that holds life and faith together. And that is just powerful stuff. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Man Space Podcast.